welcome to the FITT Show, financial information for today and tomorrow. I'm Bobby P. Kinzer.
And I'm Thomas Doty.
And we are the FITT Show, coming to you after a holiday of Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good time, especially you turkeys out there. I know that wasn't a good day for you. But look, y'all, we're back here with another interesting topic. We're here every Thursdays at 8 p.m., only on holidays. Last week's topic was, week before last topic was, should you save or invest? We hope you got a lot from that. And if you didn't catch that episode, you can catch all of our episodes out on Facebook Lives and on YouTube. So please go out there and please remember to subscribe on YouTube and share us on Facebook so we can reach more people. And just one other administrative deal, we want to make sure you click on the heart button and the like button. That helps us tremendously, and place comments. Now, this is important because we are live in a virtual studio and you're not with us. The way you can correspond and interact with us is by using the comment box. So if you have any questions or you have an opinion about anything we're talking about, please feel free to use the actual comment box. And if you have some thoughts on future shows, we always are open to that. This year is coming to an end, so we're looking forward to a great 2024. And this week, we're going to be talking about tips for surviving the holidays. Dote, how are you doing, man? How was your holiday? How was your Thanksgiving?
Holiday was good. It was quiet. Got to spend it with my grandboys, and it was good. Feeling blessed.
So you spent it in New Jersey?
Correct.
Okay, right. That's like the home away from home, boy. You travel up and down that road, man. So
got to do it.
Everybody, we just want you to make sure you not only share this information on YouTube and Facebook, but share this information with your family members. Especially, this is an important time of the year all where a lot of people get into debt, overspending because of the holidays. And, we get excited about it and we get into this, it's almost like a daggone a gift race. Holidays and gifts are like synonymous, but I don't think they should be, but that's how our culture has been. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, right, Dope?
Yes, we are.
So let's get into the topic, Dope. It's been 2 weeks and you have not been on in 2 weeks. So we're expecting you to give us some good information about the stock market like you always do.
Well, it's been an eventful 2 weeks.
Yeah, no lie.
Lots going on. Can't wait to hear what you talk about because yours is very, very exciting. But market's been up and down. You can see S&P is up a couple percent. And realize again, this is 2 weeks time, not 1 week. And NASDAQ has been going pretty good. It's up about 4%. The tech stocks are rolling. Microsoft's up 30 points. It kind of took a little hit because there was some regulatory issues going on, but that seems to have subsided. There's been a little bit of good news there. So Microsoft is up 7.3%, which is absolutely fantastic. The new stock about Brady is up 4 points. Apple's up 14. New stock about HP. Hewlett Packard's down a little bit, as is NVIDIA. NVIDIA had kind of taken a big hit because there were some concerns about them cutting how much we could send to China. But that's kind of died down too. Pfizer's up a point. That's the one I got back into. I think I got in at 24 and some change, so I'm up pretty good on that one. And a new stock I just bought, it's this is kind of a flyer. And this is one of those stocks you buy when and I think I actually spelled it wrong. I think it's Palantir. But it's a software company, and the president or the CEO of that company is a mentor to our new vice president-elect. And the software they use is used a lot on the government side. So they're expecting that to have a pretty good jump. You can see that just in the last 2 weeks, it's up about 5%. Go over to the far right, year to date, it's up 300% for the year so far. So I don't think I'm getting in too late, but it's when I'm taking a flyer on. I'm sitting on so much gains that I can take some flyers and either hit a home run or strike out. And if I strike out, I got enough gains to offset the loss. So that's one of the joys of being in the stock market. You can take some flyers on the things, and if it don't work out, if you're sitting on gains, you can just use those to offset your gains. So this is one I'm taking a flyer on. And just for the record, and this is my mistake, it's spelled PALANTIR. I just spelled it wrong.
How is it spelled?
PALANTIR, and it's called
PALANTIR.
And it's called Palantir.
Like that?
Yes.
Palantir. Okay, got it.
Palantir, TIR.
TI. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay, you really had it
it's
all.
a software company that has some ties to the government. It's been having a really, really big year, and hope I'm not getting in too late. And it was actually the best stock in the S&P 500 in November. So hope I'm not late, but I'm giving it a shot anyway. So.
Okay, well, we always say it's always, it's a play, the long play, and, we're not telling you to buy any of these stocks. We just don't let you know about what his portfolio looks like. And if you want to, that's on you, but don't hold that to us, because matter of fact, one of the things I would like to share with you is one of our main banners to make sure we're covered, though. Want to make sure that shows in case somebody's taping this. We're not financial advisors. We are financial educators. We give you financial information. We're not selling anything. Just want to make sure you understand that. And I know most of y'all have been on here and know that, but we've got to give that disclaimer. But you were saying that I was excited. By the way, though, I got to tell you about gold is back up, man. Gold is almost hitting over 20.
The gold's going okay.
Gold is going okay, and silver is going too. But though, I have a new stock that I didn't invest in it because I don't know. You know how they have that social environment. What is it called? ESG, environmental, social, conscious, and governance. It's called GEO, and it's the stock for this independent prisons. Man, that thing was up 174% when Trump won. That's messed up, ain't it?
Did you buy some?
No, I didn't buy some because it's the principle. I don't know if I want to be invested in it.
I don't be talking about no principle when you went out here and bought a Tesla.
Hey, man.
Don't be talking about no principle. You bought.
Hey, man, hell with Elon. I don't care about Elon. I ain't buying his stock.
You helping him make money.
Not no more. I'm trying to help the people who work on his assembly line.
Oh,
black people, all the black people. Look, they kill me people with They ain't say nothing about him before. He had slaves and people buying his car. People kill me, try to pick all these other things. But I'm thinking about doing it, though, because I'm telling you, the stock is let me tell you what the stock is at. What is the thing at? It's only at $29, but it's up like I don't know what, but it's dealing with all the prisons. It's like it's a stock with the prison. Let me read with it right quick. It says it's leasing, management, and secure facilities, processing centers, and community-based reentry facilities in the United States, Australia, United Kingdom, and South America. The company also provides secure facility management services, including provisions of security, supervision, and monitoring. Founded in Boca Raton, Florida, dope. So if anybody's interested, the symbol is, what is the symbol? The symbol is GEO. So if y'all are into that, some stock to look at, go out there, research it on your own. But I thought that was interesting, though. I mean, that thing jumped up and it's been going over 118%, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But because I wonder was making it go up like that. So anyway, yeah, that's it. And let's talk about cryptocurrency, though.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's interesting. The market is up about 208 billion, 8%. But the Bitcoin is down 12%. Now, 2 weeks ago, when we had it, it was up 12%. And now this week, it's down 12%. It's down $1,078. It's at $97,294. You know what? That's interesting, though, because earlier today, and now I'm doing real time. This had to be about like 6:30. No, not 6:30. I'm sorry. 7:30 when I pull out these. Because remember, you all, Bitcoin is 24 hours, so it's constantly changing. But dope, what's interesting, beginning of the day, it was at 100,000. And that was
I know it went over 100,000. Yeah.
It went over 100,000, but it's dropped, man. Whoa, I just noticed that. Wow. It dropped by, right. That dropped quite a bit. But you know what happens, though, with cryptocurrencies? People, depending on when they got in, when it starts going up there to new highs, people be jumping out, taking the profits.
Yeah. Some people go in and out, and some people are good at it, and some people think they are and just blow money.
And the big whales, the big money people they call the whales, they looking at like 2%, 3% movements because they got millions in it, so they'd be making thousands at within seconds and stuff. So that affects cryptocurrency too, you all. That's why it's so volatile, because people are jumping in and out. And then they claim a lot of people are laundering money, so there's a lot of money going in and out. But that's the nature of cryptocurrency. Like we always tell you, be careful because it's highly speculative, and have the long term, have a plan, like we always say. Solana, is it Solana? Yeah, Solana was at 4. It dropped down to 5. It's down 7%. And Dogecoin, it went up 5. It went down, excuse me. But it went down, then it went back up by 5 cents. So, we just track these 7, normally the top 10, but we like to keep up on the cryptocurrency because Colombia, South America, it just seemed like they didn't really change their currency to Bitcoins, which is so interesting. So anyway, that's the market, you all, and hope you all have been listening to us, and hopefully some of you all have taken advantage of the market and taken advantage of, if you were, courageous enough to get into cryptocurrency. So let's get into the topic of the day.
And it's a good one. It's a happy one. Everybody's happy about the holidays. It's the end of the year, one of my favorite times of the year. Very hectic, and it can be expensive. Very, very expensive. Everybody's buying gifts for people they care about. They're traveling. They're going to parties and all kind of celebrations. And everybody's just, living it up right now. And if you don't watch, it can be a strain on your finances, and you can end up with the after Christmas blues when all those bills come in. So whether your money is tight this year or you're working toward a certain goal, don't have to sacrifice the happiness and still keep on top of your finances, because that's what we're about, keeping on top of your finances. So you got to think about implementing some things to make sure you stay on top of your goals, help you avoid overspending, but still enjoy this special time with your family and friends.
Hey, Doe, I just want to share with a few people, for 2024, what are some of the most popular gifts for children? What would you think is the most popular gifts for children?
Something tech related.
Yeah, PlayStation.
Yeah, no question. I know that.
Check this out. But the top gifts, this is per 2023, were actually Legos, Hot Wheels, and for boys, and for girls, and cars, any kind of cars. It's interesting. And for girls, the top gifts were still Barbie, dolls, makeup, and believe it or not, for girls, Legos also.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Never bought my girls Legos.
Yeah, that something about the Legos with your hand and eye and putting those things together. But and dope, the other very popular gift these days, especially in 2023, are gift cards. Including, they say, especially for winter holiday season. Now, 2023, check this out though. America spent 29.3 billion, up from 28 billion in 2022. Now, most people buy 3 to 4 gift cards and spend an average of $49 per Bitcoin. Now,
Wow.
don't let your debt become the Grinch that robs the fun from your holiday season, you all.
That's a good one.
Base your gift buying on sentiment rather than dollar value, and avoid giving yourself a year-round debt headache. Now, with some of the tips we're giving you today, when your holiday bank and credit card statements arrive in the new year, we're hoping that you'll find yourself singing "Joy to the World" all over again. I'm in the holiday season, Dope.
That's a good thing. Like to see you like this, good brother.
So, Dope, kick it off.
Okay, and the first one is it's easily controllable, and that's just if you're traveling, especially flying, try to travel during off-peak times. The airlines really jack up the fares on certain days around Christmas and Thanksgiving, and if you can go a little bit before the holiday, come back a little bit after, you can save a lot of money. Not only that, but you can avoid some of the crowds. It's a lot less expensive, a lot less stressful, and you may just have to stay a day or two longer than you might ordinarily stay, because all you have to do is just look at the time frames for when the fares are the highest. And for example, for Thanksgiving, I flew up north probably around the 13th. I think it was the 18th of November, and I flew back on December 3rd. So my plane ticket was extremely reasonable because it was outside of that busy Thanksgiving holiday period where the fares were almost doubled. So try to make your plans out and travel those non-peak times.
So, Dope, I want to talk about what they call leveraging debt mindfully, right? Now, it depends on what it means to you to overspend. Now, if you can plan ahead, and I hope you did, and purchase some gifts, ahead of time, you could avoid feeling the pinch of the holiday costs all at once. Now, if that's not an option, it's okay, because you can use your debt to support, your holiday experience you want, meaning like taking, care of yourself and, going on a trip or any kind of experience, not just, spending money on gifts, but take care of yourself by understanding how your credit cards work and making a plan for how you deal with the debt come January. Because I know everybody, most people don't want to be Grinch. And like I said, culturally, we get into this gift race and you're going to spend, but, just try to really, really, really leverage, think about what you're spending on. It's so important.
Yeah, and use free rewards and cash back. Whether it's a credit card, make sure you're optimizing the rewards you're getting on your credit cards, because those can help make everything cheaper. You can sign up for store loyalty programs. A lot of times they'll give you special deals. They'll offer retail rewards that you can apply toward gifts. You can shop through cashback portals like couponcabin.com. And there's a lot of coupons out there. You just got to be careful to make sure you stick to what you have coupons for and what's on sale. And then you can get that cash from those coupons and use that to help you pay off your credit cards. You can also turn your receipts in for into free gift cards using a rewards app like Fetch. So there's a bunch of creative things you can do to kind of cut your costs, but you just might have to go another step and use those credit cards that pay you the rewards to get money back to help you pay your bills. Be diligent and using everything free that you can get.
Modestine says, stop buying your gifts in August. Now that's
Or Black Friday when things are on sale. Buy when things are on sale. I'm really good at that. I'll buy summer clothes at the end of the year because my body ain't gonna change, and they'll be good in the summer, and they're cheaper to buy them at the end of summer than wait until the beginning of summer and buy it. So yeah, anything you can do to help you lower your costs is gonna help you put more money in your pocket.
Hey, Dope, speaking about that, I want to share something. You talk about, what you buying and what you're spending on. I saw this chart, and I just want to share it with everybody. This is pretty interesting. Here's just a few of the pricier holiday line items that might be hitting your wallet this year. Like you said, travel. But check this out, Dope. Decorations. I know a lot of people spend buku money on decorations. Matter of fact, this year Tiffany said, "You know what? I'm not putting up a whole bunch of decorations, Bob." And holiday meals, holiday parties. Hey, check this one out, though. New outfits, tips, going out, because a lot of people really tip heavily during the holidays. I saw a study on that, though, which is so interesting, right? I guess people are feeling, in the giving mode. And hostess gifts. And check the last one, the nutcracker performances. That was kind of interesting to me. I'm like, we spend on so many things, man. But travel is a big one. I didn't realize that one. So, no, my next one is talking about. Now we said this a million times, and but this time I'm talking about creating a detailed budget. Now, one of the ways you can avoid overspending, especially during the holidays, is create a detail. What I mean by detail, that includes all the anticipated holiday costs. Like this is what I was saying about from travel to gifts to even food, you all, because I'm telling you, all the cost goes up for holiday. The tips, like I said, all of that, you need to be making a detailed budget. Set specific spending limits for each category and use cash when you can, and stick to the budget. Now, another thing, you need to automate your savings beforehand and consider investing in experiences rather than material gifts to stay aligned with your long-term financial goals.
Okay, next we have, in that same vein of setting up a budget, get your kids involved in that process. They're usually the ones you spend a lot of money on. And they might be really ready to hear about budgeting this time of year. And if you get them involved, they can understand why you spend what you spend, why you may not spend all that you spend, especially if you do have a budget and you set some limits on how much you're going to spend. Give them some input into letting them decide or helping you decide where the money goes. And then they'll feel like they have some stake in it. And it's no better time to help them understand that there's a limited amount of money. Money has to be allocated to certain things. You can't do everything you want if you're really trying to have a budget and build wealth. And so get the kids involved, they can learn, and you might be able to save a few dollars that way too.
Yeah, I always teach this to the young people because this really always blindside young people. And it's called opportunity cost. And I don't think we pay enough attention to it, and it starts with the basic step of creating a holiday budget that does not put a strain on your finances. Now, when you have the urge to overspend and blow through your budget, think of the opportunity cost. What are you missing out on? What are you giving up or not able to do if you spent that extra money? I don't think we think about that enough, though, because if we did, I think it would slow us down on some of the decisions we make on what we spend. While it's tempting to overspend on our loved ones, you can often find experiences to do rather than lavishly spending, and it means more. So, look, I don't think we look enough at different things that we can do, like a generous act or, helping somebody, I don't know, helping them, rake their leaves or just some kind of act of kindness other than spending. Because a lot of times we miss out we spend, and then we don't have the money, and a good opportunity come by. And I've found that with a lot of my friends when it comes to investing. They spend so much of their money on other things, and when it came for some good stocks I told them about, they didn't have the opportunity. They missed the opportunity because they spent it on other things. So opportunity cost is considerate.
Yeah, in vein of sticking to your budget, if you make a list of what you're going to buy, and try to avoid impulse purchasing. That beats up so many people, just buying things on a whim that aren't on your list, that aren't on your budget, that you just buy because you feel good and you get caught up in the spirit. And this is where you really have to have that discipline of buying what you've agreed upon, what's on your list. Don't even be browsing in other sections so you don't get tempted. Especially if you go someplace like Costco, you got to kind of put your head down because you're going to look up and find a deal. And if you can't fight that impulse, then buy your stuff online. Then you won't be tempted by the smells and the sales and the big bright lights and all that kind of stuff. And plus, if you buy online, you can sit there and compare and make sure you are getting the cheapest price on whatever it is that you're buying. So stick to your budget.
Though that's the other thing. So some people do a budget and don't even stick to it. So that's the other part of a budget. You just don't do it, because I find people that do it don't stick to the budget.
Exactly.
So look, let's set limits and save ahead of time. I mean, even though this is, we're getting ready to go into the season, you can start now. I said something a minute ago about automate your savings. You should be putting something in there constantly, prepare for the next year. So if you overspent or carried debt balances in the years past, this should be a lesson. It's time to get ahead of the inevitable. So just set some limits on your gifts costs with family and friends. And I promise that others will be relieved. Second, stop putting aside a little money now, and otherwise you'll give it to the credit card company later. And I just want to speak right quick to this thing called unspoken expectations, because our culture of family expectations are really the underlining cause of our having these high overspending and expenses, and about what holiday means and what is so meaningful. And because of a culture, we I don't know, we just seem like we tend to we get caught up into, like I say, the buying and spending more money than we have. And I just think as a culture, we're reluctant to have open conversations about money. And it can be hard to prioritize your financial well-being, but I think we should have more conversations about it. I just wanted to make that point.
Hey, Bob, and we would be remiss if we talked about holiday spending and didn't remind people about scams, because tis the season to be jolly, and it's also the season to get scammed. And it's so funny. Read an article today. This lady was scammed out of $600,000 from her retirement. Okay, so she ended up pulling money out of retirement and getting scammed out of $600,000. The sad thing is, right now, the way the tax law stands, she has to pay tax on that money. She has to pay tax on that money she was scammed out of. So back when they changed the tax laws in 2017, there used to be a part of the tax code that said if you were scammed, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. But I mean, I'm gonna call it like it is. In that particular government's desire to give tax breaks to rich folks and corporations, they took that part out of there. They did leave a little part. If you're caught up in a Ponzi scheme, then you're okay. But there's almost $10 billion being scammed from people every year. $2 billion of that is for seniors. So seniors are 20% of what's getting scammed. So stay alert. We've always remind you about, if you don't know who the email is from, just delete it, because there are links in there that could infect your computer. If you don't know who's calling you, don't answer the phone. If it's somebody important, they will leave a message, and scammers don't usually leave messages. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. IRS is not going to call you on the phone and demand money. The police department's not going to call you on the phone and demand you to pay a fine or cover a warrant. If a credit card company calls you, hang up, call the number on the back of the card to be safe. So all those things, scams can make you have a very, very sad Christmas. So
Right.
control your money and don't lose it to scammers.
And lastly, though, I just want to add meaning without the debt. Now, how do we buck these forces and create a holiday season that speaks both to your need for connection and your financial well-being? Now, I think it starts by being honest with both yourself and your loved ones. Now, what it is that you prize most about the holidays? Is it the big meal? Is it traveling across the country to be with your people that you love, like Dope does? Is it create magical memories for your children and hope that they will stay with them forever? Now, maybe thinking about it, you'll conclude that the traditions and rituals of the holidays, though pricey, are too important to let go. If it's not pushing you to spend more than you can afford, then by all means continue to do what works for you and your family. But if the holidays leave you feeling financially stressed, then it might be time to find alternatives. For example, instead of a big meal cook entirely by one person, maybe others can contribute to the meal. Rather than building a mountain of gifts, right? Perhaps you can set a dollar limit on your presents, and maybe you'll forego gift giving entirely instead of making a charitable donation. Okay, there's just, my point is there's so many creative ways to make the holidays less expensive while still preserving the essence of what makes them special to you. I just want to have that editorial, Dope.
Good
But
point.
let's get to our summaries and takeaways, Dope, for today's show, because there's some good ones. I hope y'all really chime into these. On you, Dope.
Okay, create a budget. I mean, especially for the holidays. If you don't do one all year, try to control your spending at for the holidays. You don't want to start the year off with a bunch of debt, trying to dig yourself out of the hole. Create a budget that you can live with, that's reasonable, that works for you, and will help this holiday end happy.
And which goes with this, stick to the budget. It's important that once you go through all of this work to get it down, that you stick to it. And that's the whole discipline of a budget. So stick to your budget.
And before you overspend, consider the consequences. Think about being in debt. Think about increasing your interest payments. Think about not having money to do things like invest that you might want to do because you overspent on things, or you went into a store and you just started impulse buying. Try to get a plan, stick to it, and think about the consequences of getting those big credit card bills, in January.
Smart shopping. Now, I mean, that may sound like a cliche, but you need to look at any deals that you can get. Like I just got on that Tesla, Dope. You got to use reward cards. And the key, let me tell you, the key is to go out there when you're shopping, whether it's for holidays or just shopping, period. Have a list. And that way you stick to the list and you don't overspend.
And finally, enjoy. I mean, that's what all this is about. You save money so you can enjoy. It's not the spending of the money that's going to make you happy usually. It's spending time with the people that you care about, and just sitting back and being appreciative of what you got, not worrying about what you don't have so much. And I think you'll be a lot happier if you don't overindulge in spending and go into a lot of debt.
And my sister Nolia put out here, this is good, Nolia. Having a budget is imperative during the holiday season. Try to enjoy being in the spirit and don't get caught up. Shop after Christmas for those great deals. And that's a good one.
That's a real good one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It ain't gonna be no different to buy it after Christmas than to get it before Christmas. That's
the price should definitely be different. That's for sure.
Yep.
So look, though, just want to shout out to have a shout out and my sister Linda Nolia. Thank you as always being on here. Gloria must the Grim Reaper must have got her. She must be asleep. Modestine, how's it going down there in Lexington, South Kakalaki? Hey, Carl Chapman, how are you doing, sir? And Garnett Nickens, season's greetings to you. And Rodney L. Madison Sr., the noteexperience.com. Rodney, we're going to have you on one day to talk about the daggone notes. I said that before as an alternative investment for people. So, Doe, my quote of today. Stick with me on this. You are only as wise as you are wise, as loving as you are loving, and as smart as your brilliance. If you cannot get it, if you didn't, you cannot get it if you didn't already have it. I'll break that down. What it's saying is,
you're going to have to run this one by me again.
So, one more time, everybody. You're only as wise as you're wise, as loving as you're loving, as smart as your brilliance. You cannot get it if you didn't already have it. What this is meaning, though, is people think they don't have it. You really have all of this.
Okay. I think the little light came on.
It's a little one. It's one of the little bulbs to be on the Christmas tree. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Una, what's up? Hey, Una Daniels. Una Daniels, the Vice President of Society for Financial Education and Professional Development was on. Thank you for tuning in. And look, everyone, have a good week. And Dope, next week will be, would it be next week will be the last show, Dope?
No, we got 2 more weeks.
We got 2 more weeks. Oh, you're right. We got 2 more weeks. Okay. I'm going to be going to give my daughter Tanisha's hand in marriage in December the 15th, Dope. And then the last week for Christmas, we're going on a cruise to Belize and Mexico.
Well, next week I'll be in the Virgin Islands.
Oh.
So if any problems with the reception, you know what it is. It's the breeze from the ocean.
And that is such an oxymoron. You in the Virgin Islands. Okay, everybody, have a good week. Have a wonderful week. We love you all. Peace be with you. We see you next week. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Hit the wrong button. Have a good